I think we know who is a soul tribe or who would resonate with us. It's the people that are soft in their hearts, not saying that they're weak, but there's a softness in the heart and they have sensitivity to foods, to touch, to people, to energies, and recovering people pleasers or people pleasers still, people who love deeply. It is the divine feminines of the world that might have been also carrying a very heavy masculine energy because they had to because they had to survive, had to be very independent because all their life they'd been lonely and there was nobody else that took care of them. They are the people that will resonate with me because I am one of them. It was so hard for me to come up in this energy because I was so driven by my masculine energy of doing, taking action, trading, getting the next job, trying to get the house and the trips and the friends and, being successful. I didn't realize that I was very far removed from who I truly am. And I'm still discovering this person. But I realized that it took a lot of time, humility, pressure, I mean, traumas, tragedies, experiences to soften me, to soften the way I look at myself, the way I look at the world, to soften the way I look at others, to soften the way I speak, and not always having to over explain or prove myself, to prove my value or do something for somebody else. It took a very long time to realize that there's so much people pleasing tendencies within me and the victim mentality that stuck in from a very young age. But that doesn't mean it's me. It's something that I carried with me because there are defenses. Now I've become somebody I'm very proud of. And it's not to say that I wasn't proud of me before, but now I truly see myself deeply and I truly hear myself. And there's a different sensing in the body that realizes, okay, this feels wrong. And when I need to speak up and express myself, it's a very different feeling than before. When you start feeling very insecure about yourself and you start to maybe not understand how negative your mind is, but you start to tear yourself down and saying like, oh, it's my trauma, it's all these different things that I need to look at and I need to heal, and I thought I healed this and I need to be better about this and I need to look better in this way and I need to, you know, there's so much stuff that you need to do to improve as if you were broken. There's nothing to fix. It's just a level of understanding yourself and seeing the different things in your life and people, not judging them, but truly seeing them and observing and how it feels in your body. Are these people the ones that are giving to you? Not materialistic stuff, but do you feel good with them or do you feel drained? Do they give you any fulfillment in life? Do you give them any fulfillment in life? As an overgiver and somebody that is a recovering people pleaser, somebody has been through a lot of traumas and sensitive soul in this world, as somebody loves deeply and purely, it is a different kind of love when you love so pure that you think that you're going to receive the same thing, but you're honestly shocked when people are mean, gaslighting you, or manipulating you. You're honestly shocked that there are people that will take advantage of you. You just don't know how to move in this kind of world, right? I realized that it took me a minute to realize that there are other people like me out there. And I see them and I have friends that I resonate with. And who they resonate with is completely different than what I resonate with. And that's totally fine. What I like might not be something that somebody else likes, and that's fine. I didn't realize that because, in one sense, was following the TV and the popular mentality, society mentality, going like, oh, this person is popular, or therefore I must like them. Therefore they're good. I'm the one that needs to change, or I'm the one that needs to provide my value. And I realized being around these people, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying that I was like, oh, you know what? I don't resonate with this person. I don't really like who I am with this person. I don't really like how I feel with this person. I feel really drained. And they just need a lot of attention, which I don't want to give. And the more you realize the resistance within your body, you go, yeah, this doesn't feel good. Why would you put yourself through that over and over again? It's the definition of insanity, right? So, I tell you why. Because when you've been through so much that we have been through in life, seen so many different injustices to ourselves and to others, it's very easy to put our needs aside because, it was something that we didn't consider or was considered or realized that we had to consider. It was always about other people's feelings. It was always about other people's needs. It was always about serving other people. How do I show up for other people? How do I resolve their problems? How can I be their rock? How can I give more? How can I be more? And at the end of the day, I felt less than, not enough. I realized that it's not about other people. It's about how you feel about yourself and what you put up with and what you will tolerate. What's on your non-negotiables? What kind of behavior you will tolerate? Because I know that even if you haven't found your tribe or the people that you resonate with, there are other people just like you out there. They will feel better to your nervous system, to your soul. The conversations hit differently. The way you show up for them hits differently. The way they show up for you hits differently. One of my best friends said, I love talking with you because there's just so many golden nuggets and I learn from you. And it's just from normal conversations. And I feel the same way about her. It's just so fulfilling. And when we get together, we're extremely silly together and spontaneous fun. We don't even have to say a word, but we are on the same wavelength when we start being mischievous at the same time. Trust me, the investment that you should put in is not in other people. It is to put in to you. Trust me when I say, when you learn to see how your face looks when you're smiling, when you're talking, when you learn to understand how your tone fluctuates when you talk to different people or when you need to say something and need to be courageous and brave. It is those nuances that will help you move forward in life. And how you feel in your body after talking to somebody, or when you start to ruminate about something and you can't stop ruminating about it, you've activated a fear, you've activated a trigger, you activated something, especially when you feel very sensitive, really insecure, especially when you feel like everything is shaking and you don't know how to ground yourself. When everything feels uncertain and you feel like, oh, I haven't learned all this, and you start to talk really negative about yourself. I thought I should hail this. I should have known better. I've done this for so long. You know what I mean? It's so easy for us to be hard on ourselves because it's just one of those given facts that we've been used to because this is something we were taught in childhood. It could also be in your adulthood, depending on what kind of experiences you have, right? You start to identify where it comes from. When certain people start to trigger you, you take a step back and see, who does this person remind me of? Recognize it and let it go. Don't judge it. And then you find a solution to it, because now you realize that the person in front of you that is triggering you, if they remind you of somebody else, it's not them that's triggering you. It is the memory and the story of somebody else. So in that sense, it kind of gives you such a empowered feeling, because now you realize where it's coming from and you can uproot it from the rotted poison of the roots. Because a tree grows strong because it has solid, strong, deep roots. But if there's a root that is ill, it cannot go strong from that side. You have to dig it up and remove it. And it saves everything else, and it redirects the nourishment and energy to the rest of you, and it keeps you stronger. So who do you invest in? You invest in yourself. Realize where your energy is going. I thought I knew exactly where my energy was going until I started tracking my workouts, my food, my calories, my sleep, the sleep quantity, how much I drink water, how much am I spending watching TV, how much time am I spending at work focusing or creative projects, how much am I giving back to myself, how much time am I allowing fun, how much time am I allowing myself to read, how much time am I allowing myself to learn. You realize at that final granularity where your energy has been leaking out. And it gives you a sense of empowerment, because now you realize where it's been leaking out to. And you return the investment into yourself, because you are worth it. Regardless of what other people say, regardless of if anyone rejects you, you are still worth it. You are still loved. You're still accepted. And even if you don't have those people around you that accept you, love you, and care for you, look a little deeper. But even if they don't exist, they will, because the problem is that you haven't found your soul tribe yet. The people that resonate with your soul. And it could just be because you might not have been authentic with yourself. And I swear, that was hard for me to learn. I was on this quest because for years I saw it on YouTube, on written words. Be authentic and everything will be fine. What the heck is authenticity? I thought I was authentic to myself. I thought my thoughts were authentic. I thought what I was speaking was authentic. I thought the way I lived life was authentic, but I realized that the only way you can be authentic to yourself is by knowing yourself. And that's when you have strong, healthy boundaries. Because if you don't know yourself, if you're saying yes to things that you want to say no to, that's being inauthentic, not just to yourself, but to other people. If you are letting things slide that bug you, you're being not authentic. If you are not expressing boundaries or asking for things, you're not being authentic. There are so many different levels that you realize when you start to be curious about it. And that's the word, curious about yourself, because I tell you, when you start realizing, curious instead of judging, instead of, oh, like this again, you realize curiosity is really fun to get to know yourself. It's like fine tuning everything. I was like, oh, this doesn't work. Let's let go of that. I hope you realize that there's so much to discover about yourself rather than other people. And that's investment. That is true investment in self. And you will see it return tenfold. It will be beautiful. You will feel really good in your body. You will feel so peaceful in your heart and mind. And you will see that it reflects in your energy and the shine in your eye. Other people see it too. And it draws in the people that truly see you. When you allow yourself to express your vulnerability, express your boundaries without being scared of what other people will say or do, you're pretty much giving yourself the voice, right? You're putting your feelings first. And that's number one priority. Don't be scared about pissing somebody else off. Don't be scared about how they're going to feel, because you've been holding on to the feeling of the violated boundary, of somebody not having common sense, of somebody treating poorly. Even if they're a great person, people don't always understand each other. So sometimes you just have to explain it. And that's all it is. It's just about talking it out and having good communication. And it doesn't have to be anything more than that. People who accept those boundaries, who accept you speaking up, will cherish you, will love you, and go like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you told me. Now I know how to show up for you. I'm so glad you showed up for yourself. Those people that don't like those boundaries, or you're expressing yourself, probably have a very unhealed wound that they are not able to face or don't want to face. Those are the people you probably want to take a couple of steps back from and remove yourself because it can be harmful to your soul. It can be very harmful to your beautiful heart that's pure. But yeah, there is no convincing those people. They can throw it back at you, will never take accountability. There is no convincing them. They thrive. Some people thrive on that chaos. Some people thrive on making you over explain because it's a power that they think they have over you. Whereas you're being compassionate, kind, and pure hearted, and you just want to be able to connect with that person, love that person, and you're basically wanting to say, I see you. Do you see me? And the people that don't see you, it's okay. Maybe they will at some point. Maybe they won't. Don't be afraid of losing people, because new people will take their place. Because you realize what you deserve. You realize how good it feels when the right people are in your life.